In the previous video, we learned how to set up an incoming webhook. Now in this video, we're going to take our knowledge of the incoming webhook and extend it further. Alright, so we're going to build out a full automation, and the sequence, right, will start with Activepieces, where we will create a form, and using this form we would be able to send the URL, okay, to packages. And what packages will do is to take the URL and create a summary in bullet points. And once that is done, um, it will send the information using the outgoing webhook to an email of your choice. Alright, so if this sounds exciting, um, then you will need to go sign up for a free account with first packages and then Activepieces. Right, so if you have those accounts, then you can follow along this tutorial. But if you don't have that, pause the tutorial right here. Alright, and then go sign up for those accounts first, and once you're done, come back here. Alright, so if you are looking at this now, it means you have those accounts. Alright, let's get going. Right, so you can start a new automation, and once you see this, okay, you can go to the right hand side and search for form. Okay, so this would be our trigger. You can click on it and this will be our trigger. So we'll start off with a form, and then in this form, okay, we're going to select form submission. Now this is very common in Activepieces. You will see a publish form URL and a draft form. So before you have so-called finalize, right, whatever your whole automation, use the draft form URL. Okay, so we will need to create some form views. So the first one is, maybe we'll call it the article. Okay, article URL, and the field type is going to be text, and then we can get the URL of and sorry, article. Right, that's it. Then we're going to add another item, and this item we're going to call it email. Right, so maybe and it's going to be text, and then that's it. Right. Okay, so we're going to copy this, paste. Okay, so this is the form. All right. Now let's go back to this. Okay, so we are going to test the trigger. Now we're going to go to this site called mothership.sg. It's just a typical news site, and we're just going to select an article. Now you can go to Google News, makes no difference. Right, so we're just going to test out this form to see if it's working, and I'm going to enter an email and hit the submit button. I'm going to go back to Activepieces. Okay, and over here we can see the data being passed through successfully. So that's a good sign. Now the next thing is to go to packages and set up our package. So let's call this the article summary demo. Okay. Right. So if you take a look at the form that we have created, okay. If you take a look at the form that we created, we have got two form fields here. One is for the URL and the other one is for the email. So we will need to replicate that, right, by creating two inputs. One, two. So this one is going to be article URL as well. So that's the first input, and then the second input will be for email. Okay. So just make sure that if we have two on the form, okay, which is this one, then we have two in packages as well. Okay. Now the next thing we want to create is a package. Right, this one will do. Right, and we are going to find that package. Right, so the package, if I believe correctly, has this thing called summary. Right, so URL summary. So this is the one. So that's summarize and article. Okay, I'm going to go with this. So for the input, right, we need to pull in the article URL. So let's do that. Okay, so far in this package, if we are able to send the data from the form to this input, right, or these two input, over here the URL we put into this package here, right, or this block. Now we're going to have a finish note here. So let's call it the result. And we're going to choose Markdown to HTML. Now for the template here, we are going to pick this block, right? Summarize an article. Okay, so in fact, if we are ready to run it, right, we just need to insert the URL and the email, and this thing will run. Okay. Now, what else do we need? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two more blocks. So the first one is the HTTP request. Okay, I'm going to link this. Now we're going to send the info to webhook.is, right, and I have that here already. So I'm going to copy this, then go back to packages, go to the URL method and paste it here. The method is post. The key values will be, well, let's do the email first. Okay, change this to body. Let's add another one. This one will be the summary. Okay, so let's article summary. Now we're going to add this inside. Okay, this is not the one. It should say article URL. Oh wait, hang on. It should be the summarize an article. Okay, this is the data that we want to pass through. Alright, and should be in the body. Okay, tell you what, we're going to add one more. And this is the article URL. And we will add the last one, article URL. And this is also going to appear in the body. Right, so check that you have this right set up correctly. And if we do this right, we should also receive the same we'll call it data over here. Okay, so far so good. Now I want to add another one. Is for the test message. So email myself. Now, for the tool, I'm going to add the email here. The subject is okay. You got summary, and for the message, okay, I'm going to okay, summarize an article. All right. Okay, so let's say that's what I'm happy with. Right, so I'm just going to check everything. Okay, this looks good. This looks all right. Okay. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go back to Activepieces, and what I'm going to do next is to create a webhook. Right. So if I search for webhook, I don't see anything here. So instead, I need to find HTTP. Right. So this is the one we want: sends HTTP requests and return responses. So let's click on this, and then we're going to click on send HTTP request. Now we need a webhook, right? So this is going to be get. Then we need a webhook here, all right? So we need to find the webhook. And if you recall the last tutorial, what we did was we need to go back to packages right here, and then we need to create one. Okay, and let's call this the Activepieces Connect. We're going to copy this, go back to Activepieces, going to paste it here. Now, it's up to you whether you want to use the post method or the get method. I'm going to use the get method. If you're using the post method, you would need to put the value in the body. Okay, but if you're confused, just try this. Get, put the URL here. Okay, go to the query params, right, and do this. Go back to packages, view your parameters. Now, because we have two input, we will have two sets of serial number. I'm going to come back here and paste the first one. And the first one is for the URL article. Okay, so don't forget that. Now the second one over here, I'm going to add another item. Okay, it's going to be inside. And the second one is for email. Okay, so we're going to complete by adding the value. To do that is very simple. Just click inside the box, and then don't click in the middle. Go to the edge. Click on this, and the first one is for the article URL. So here, insert. Now the next one is for email. So do the same thing. Okay, can click outside, and if it's too small, I can drag it out a little bit more. So it should look something like this, right? Get, and then the telephone line, and then the query parameters, right? And then these two, right? So again, this is the key. Do you remember the key value pairing I told you guys about? Yeah. So key, you take this, right? Take it as a set of keys, right? All these numbers, stick it inside here, and then to get this, click on this, come in here, insert. All right. So we don't need this. I'm gonna remove this. All right. So for the timeout, up to you. Maybe if you are whatever, just put on 20 seconds. All right. So this is the way to do it. And then you can publish. Okay. So gonna check one more time. So we can do the test step, right? So if everything is set up correctly over this site, let's go back to this. Okay, Then what we need to do is come back here and hit the just want to check one more time. Okay, never mind. I will come back here and hit the test tab. Okay, so it says tested successfully. So now we can publish this. So you can go back to packages to have a look. Alright, so something happened over this side. If we click on this, we have created this, right? This summary in bullet points. So summary of 30 football fields, da 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 da. Okay, it's exactly this article. Right, so now we're going to get out there and find another one. Okay, woman 52 charged with causing death of pedestrian. Okay, so we're going to copy this now. No, hang on, not yet. We're going to come back to Activepieces, right, now that this is published. Okay, let's check one more time so this one can pull up. Alright, what we want to do is, earlier on, do you remember I said that in Activepieces you have the draft form URL, and then after you publish, you can use the publish form URL. So this is now live. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste this. Okay, so the previous one we're just going to delete, and we're going to use the one that's published, right? The publish URL. So what we're going to do is now is to test this. Okay, so this here, right? If I go right up to the front, okay, we have only one so-called one play, right, or one generation. So now we're going to go back to the form, and we're going to fill in this form with the URL. And we're going to fill in the email as well. And then once it's done, we're going to hit the submit button. Okay, now let's go back to packages. And then we wait. Okay, so at the bottom here, left hand corner, you can see something's happening. So all this will happen in the cloud, right? Whether our laptop is on or not, our PC. Now you can see that the automation has is done. Right. So the article is about a woman, killing a pedestrian. Okay, and this is the summary in bullet points. Right. So we can go to the okay, down here. So the first one was the football fields. The second one is a summary of woman, right, killing, a pedestrian. Okay, we did 40 bicycle, tragic. All right, so let's go to the webhook. Right, you can see that it's been sent elsewhere as well. All right, successfully. So this is the one causing the death of a pedestrian, and this is a football field. Right, so this looks good. Now, if you want to test one more time, we can. Let's find another article. Okay, maybe not that one. Okay, how about food? All right, so KFC Singapore. Right, so this is the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay, September 4th. So let's pick this. Right, we're gonna change this out with this and hit the submit button. Right, so this automation is relatively easy to set up, and the tutorial for the incoming webhook, if you're not sure, go watch the tutorial more time. Right, it will help you with this. And once you can do this, right, you would be able to trigger a tutorial, sorry, trigger an automation outside of packages, and then get packages to do all the dirty work, and then send the data somewhere else, where you want it to be, right? You could actually go ahead and publish this, you know, I don't know, maybe Notion or Google Doc, right, or even on WordPress. It's really up to you, right? So you can send it to Publi, and then yeah, get it published or something somewhere in a WordPress if you want to. Okay, right. So this is the article. This is a summary. You will find the same thing in the webhook here. Okay, and let me go back. All right, and this is inside the email already. So it's that easy. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Right, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Right, it's right here. And yeah, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Take care now. Bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. And if you got any questions, yeah, leave them in the comment section below, right? YouTube. Right, so that's it. Take care. Bye.